You're alright.
Yeah, you?
Just about.
Yeah, that was fucking... That's annoying. Alright, we got it now. How are you?
I feel ill. I had a jab yesterday, so, fun times.
What jab do you have?
It was my booster. I can't remember what it was. It was some American rubbish.
Oh, yeah, I need to have my booster. There's a lot of colds going about again, isn't there?
I don't know.
I think it's reaching the end of summer. I think the change in weather just affects everybody again. So, they're saying that has been hot the past couple of days. So I don't know. It's a bit bipolar, but anyway,
Yeah.
we've got you. I've got you on here today. Normally we do have other members, but like Troy, has got he's got work tomorrow. He's got starting his new job. So
fair one.
he had to go sleep. But yeah, I thought I'd have you on because you're a pretty interesting guy, and I thought, you know what, let's see if you want to come on and just like shed some light into what you do. Obviously, we went to the same building for college. Neither of us are returning in September. How do you feel about that?
Honestly, I'm kind of relieved. It was a bit...
Really?
Yeah. What's the word for it? It wasn't really very professional for what it was, let's be honest.
Oh, really? Oh, that's weird. I never thought you had that view on it. You know.
Nothing ever really got done, did it? Let's be honest.
Yeah, no, you have got a point. I feel like
whenever we finished something, it always, was the bare minimum of what it could be.
Yeah, no, to be fair, you have got a point. I noticed that, and again, I feel like they do say a lot of stuff that also they have a lot of empty promises as well.
Definitely.
Which really upset me because they were talking about to the other people in my year, they were talking about like a trip next year, that might go ahead, might not. And then they're talking about everybody going on a TV show, which I do hope happens because if there's anything I'd love to see, it would be my friends on TV.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know because they do promise a lot of stuff that kind of doesn't happen. I didn't think it was bad there by any means. I loved it. I thought it was a really kind of. I think it was kind of like a really nice place. I think writing wise, so the theory side of it and not practical. I think that was a bit stressful, especially for you. I know you got a bit stressed out.
Yeah, because especially with Linda, it was very much. She told you nothing until the last minute, and then you're just rushing everything.
Yeah, I think she knows that though. I think she knows that, but I don't think because obviously she's in charge. She doesn't feel like she's inclined to change it. If you get what I mean.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Which again, I don't think it's a bad thing. I really liked all of them. Especially Linda, because as much as she was a bit I don't know how to explain it. She was a bit she did piss a lot of people off. She was a good teacher. It's just, first of all, organised wise, organising all. I can't even talk. Oh my god, Jesus Christ! Organisational wise, wasn't very gifted.
No.
I think she definitely could have changed that, and then obviously I think she'd have pissed a lot of people off, especially with people buying costumes, and then at the last minute she would cut things out, and people have just spent loads on a costume. That pissed people off, which again is understandable. But for you, it's okay because you're starting uni in September.
Well, that was the original plan, but by the looks of it, that's kind of fallen apart right now.
Oh right, go on. Tell me what you're planning to happen.
Well, obviously it was supposed to be me, Lily, and Jude all going to Northampton.
Yeah.
me and Lily applied for accommodation weeks and weeks ago, and we've heard nothing back. So the other day, Lily contacted them about this, and they said basically we're not the priority anymore. They're going to focus on the other students, and if by the small chance we do get a place, we won't find out until like the first week of September.
Oh shit!
Which, you know, when we're supposed to be starting on the third week of September, it's not, you know, ideal.
Oh, that's not good.
No, it's not.
So you got accepted into Northampton, did you?
Yeah, I got the offers. It's just the accommodation down there.
Yeah. No, that's good though that you got accepted. That must make you feel like really good.
A little bit. The audition didn't go great, but you know.
Oh, did it not? What did you do?
Well, the guy that we had made us do the Shakespeare one over and over again, which I was not confident in, and by the end of it, I'd forgotten half of it.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Like, I knew it was just he got in your head. He was weird.
Oh, yeah. Well, again, some people really have that effect, and like, I guess it does help train you to like act your best, or like, I guess in a way it's good because it does train you how to act better like in uncomfortable situations, but at the same time, it just doesn't feel right. Like I remember when. I used to be fine. I never was nervous performing in front of Pat or Christine, but as soon as Linda entered the room, every single fibre of my being just shook. Like, I started shaking. I started trying to think of excuses to not do it. Because, like, honestly, Linda had a way of just getting into your head by even, like, not even saying anything at all.
See, I felt that way with Christine.
Oh, really?
She just had to look at me, and I was like, "Oh God."
Yeah, but the thing is with Christine, though, I think I kind of got her down as one of them people who just kind of just like has that resting face. I just put it down on the fact that she, you know, she probably isn't having a bad day. She's probably just like that's just her, like how she like rests her face. Like I kind of got that into my head because Christine was really weird. Like you'd think she was in a bad mood, and then she'd be really nice to you, so you'd be like, oh. Maybe she just like she just got that resting face, but with Linda, Linda was so weird. I remember with my monologue, she made me get the monologue, and then first of all, I got a completely different monologue, and then she made me change it, so I changed it, and she said, "Right, Owen, that one's a lot better. Thank you for changing it." I was like, "You're welcome." And then weeks down the line, she had a complete change of mind and said, "Right, we're not putting your monologue in at all." I said, "What?" And she was like, "I just don't like it." And I'm like, "You said weeks ago that you liked it." And she was like, "Yeah, well, I don't really like it anymore." I was like, how does that happen?
Yeah, she's a difficult woman.
Yeah, but that did really upset me because I got stressed over that monologue because I couldn't remember it. And I got so stressed about it. And then, to the fact that when she told me I couldn't use it, I wasn't even relieved. I was pissed. Because of how much time I'd put into I shouldn't have even had to have put that much time into a monologue. I don't know why my brain wasn't kind of like taking it in. But yeah, back to uni. That was good that you got the offer, but like obviously the accommodation thing, like that sounds really shit. So are you still going to uni then or not?
Well, personally, what I'm thinking of doing is leaving uni off for the year, and I'm actually moving to Skeg at the end of the month.
Oh, right. So you are going to take a gap year then?
Sort of. Well, from uni, yeah. Working at Butlins.
Oh, you've got a job at Butlins?
Yep.
That's sick. Oh, I'm guessing you're getting the accommodation there then?
Yeah, they've already offered me accommodation there.
Ah, right. Yeah, because Anthony was doing that, wasn't he? And Bernadette as well.
Yeah.
So that would be pretty. That'd be pretty cool because that's it's quite like a good job to maintain really at Butlins, isn't it? Accommodation's cheap. You get the job on site, and I heard pay's pretty good. Yeah, I think that'd be a pretty good job until you wanted to go to uni next September.
Yeah.
And obviously you'd be close to the missus.
Yeah.
So it'll be good. What job are you hoping to get there?
Well, I've already got the job. I applied for a photographer and pretty much nailed the interview. So.
Oh shit, photographer! That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Because you're really good with a camera, and that's what I noticed. Because you've got the equipment and all that, and it's pretty good.
Yeah. Or they supply us with equipment. I'm not allowed to use my own stuff. So.
Oh right. Well, still you've got the skill.
I've definitely got the experience. The only worry they had sort of was obviously mine's more with film rather than photography.
Oh right, yeah.
But it's mostly transferable, so.
Yeah, I would say it was because. So what stuff will you be shooting?
She was a bit vague with it, really, considering I'm supposed to be starting in a fortnight. But I know I'm going to be working with green screen, and I'm going to have to interact with a lot of people, so it's going to be, pretty hands-on.
Yeah. No, I get that. I mean, yeah, they probably should have provided you with a bit more information, but what can you do? Oh, but are you going to? But are you going to miss college in any way?
Sort of. I'm going to miss that familiarity that I kind of had for the past 2 years.
Yeah, I'd say that as well, because when you've been somewhere for like 2 years, it's going to feel weird not being there anymore, isn't it?
Mm.
But obviously, performing arts is something that you really, really want to do. So obviously, when you get to uni after a year, that's going to feel pretty good. Like getting to pursue what you want in life, especially what do you exactly want to do? Is it do you like the musical theatre side?
It's something I enjoy doing, but I don't see it as something I want to do permanently, sort of thing.
What do you like more? Do you like the directing, writing, or because I know you dabble in a bit of everything, but what do you see as your big overall dream?
I'd want to say writing and directing, but I'm an awful director.
No, the thing is, I wouldn't say you're awful. Obviously, you've done some pretty good work. I've seen, obviously, because I will clip some of I will put some of your things in the descriptions. Obviously, people can check them out. But your stuff that you filmed is really good. You've got the experience. I don't think your directing's bad, but again, I think because it's obviously not obviously, I guess, Matthew Vaughn level. You're not obviously going to feel great about yourself. I mean, the reason why we're in college is because none of us are exceptional, which is why we're in college.
Sort of thing.
I feel like a lot of people expect themselves to be exceptional. I know a few people that go, "Oh, that wasn't the best I could do, so I'm not gonna do it." And I'm like, "Yeah, but you got to reach that level first." Otherwise you wouldn't be in college, would you? If you was the best, you wouldn't be here. But you will reach that level. Everybody works up to it, and that's just what people forget. People they're a bit impatient. They expect to kind of get there straight away. But I think your directing skills are good. I've never seen you write anything. I don't think I have. So I can't really judge on your writing skills. But again, if that's something that is a passion for you, I would assume with great confidence that you are pretty good at it. Because I've seen what you can do with passion. I've seen you be passionate with something and excel at it. So I would assume that you would be the same with writing.
You know the monologue I did for Life?
Yeah.
I wrote that. That's probably the only thing of mine that you've seen. Yeah. Well,
I thought that was taken off the internet because, I thought everybody was really taken off the internet, but obviously Yours seems like it was literally just written like professionally. Like it was really good because, again, you had a point like, oh my god, with like the domestic abuse, that was really good.
So originally it was supposed to be twice as long, but like a week before we were supposed to do it, Linda was like, "Yeah, cut half of that."
Well, to be fair, at least you got to keep yours. She came up to me and said, "Right, cut all of yours." I was like, "Oh."
So I would have been up the wall if she'd done that with me.
Honestly, I just learned that was Linda, and I just learned to accept it.
Yeah, you just had to live with it, really.
Yeah, honestly, don't get me wrong, I was fuming, but again, I'm not really the type to like make a scene out of things. Like if something pisses me off, it doesn't really bother me that much. I don't know. I think because one time I said something to Linda and they classed it as a back chat, and they said in front of the whole group, I was like, "Oh my god, was that the first person to like stand up to Linda?" And I was like, "No, I wasn't standing up to her. No, I was shitting myself. I was shitting bricks. I thought she was going to take me into the other room and like F5 me or something." She does genuinely scare me. I don't know why. Linda actually does really, really scare me. I don't. Pat or Christine, they're fine. They don't give me chills like Linda does. Like she really fucking. Honestly, I don't know what it is. It's just terrifying.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be weird though. I mean, it's going to be weird for me because I've already spent a long time there, and well, for obvious reasons, I'm not going back. I'm assuming you know, but I can't say it here.
Yeah, I get that. I've heard, spurs and whispers, but
have you? I'm guessing has the missus told you?
Again, she's told me bits, but she hasn't like told me the whole story.
All right. Well, yeah, but that is ultimately the reason why I'm not going back. It's not been said to me that I can't go back. I think I've made the adult choice to not go back because it would just be really, really awkward.
Yeah, I get it.
Everybody, and I mean most people on the course have like, they're really upset. Like, I know, I think Kaylee was really nice. She was one of the only people that actually didn't say to me like, "Oh, you're a cunt" or something like that. Because I had Troy, he was actually mad at me that I wasn't coming back.
Well, I mean, under the circumstances, it's completely understandable, really.
He was mad at me. He was really upset. He was like, "Don't let that be the reason why you can't come back. It's something that you want to do." And I was like, "Yeah, but I am going to be respectful and respect certain wishes, if that makes sense."
Yeah.
And for obvious reasons, I can't do anything. I can't even come to watch any shows that they do, which again has really pissed them off. Like, just for if you didn't think it was that bad, it is. It is quite bad. The circumstances that have happened and the stuff that I physically can't do. It's weird because I wish I could explain it to you now, but I obviously can't. But it's just I could come and watch the shows, but I would be really, really I would be torn to shreds. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
By obviously certain individuals. I don't think I would literally. I don't think I'd leave with my legs. I think I'd be crawling out.
Yeah, you don't want to risk that.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm just going to really miss that place. I'm really going to miss it. I really wish I could come back. And it's paining me that I can't really... Well, I mean, again, I could. It's just I'm telling myself no. Because it's not... I just can't. But, are you... how many years is it that you do at uni?
Well, it's supposed to be 3 into typically.
I don't know. Again, I'm not an expert at uni at all.
Normally, it's about 3 years.
Oh God. That's yeah. Well, I mean, if it 3. I mean, it's not too long to be fair. And it's not too. But again, I think you're gonna have the same trouble as college, like because you're gonna spend 3 years there, and you're gonna get so familiar with it, and then when you leave, that's gonna be like really weird.
Yeah.
But when you leave, you'll be 22 or 23, won't you? So you'll. What do you think? What do you think will happen after uni? Because again, you don't really plan it, do you? Like after uni, everything's kind of like unexpected. So
it's probably going to feel like how it feels now. That it's quite empty. There's nothing. You're going to try and fill that.
Yeah, I feel like there's I guess I think one of the things that's really weird with me, like I feel like I have to be on a schedule. Like if I'm not on a schedule, I feel really lost. Which is what I loved about college. I loved knowing what was going to happen the next week, and so and so. But now in the summer, it's all just empty. It's all just kind of all over the place, and that's what I don't like about. I hate that about summer.
Yeah.
But I don't really know what I'm doing in September. I think I'm working. I'm working now, but I don't know what job I'm doing in September. I don't know if I'm doing it full time.
What are you doing at the moment?
I got this. It's a job in my village. It's called Melkfirth, and it's like it's a tenner an hour, and it's basically kind of like gardening stuff, but it's not just in gardens. It's like fields, any kind of grassy areas, and you just we go all over the place. Whether it's like Mansfield, Nottingham, we go there, and then obviously you clean up They just give you assigned areas. You cut, you cut all the bushes and mow, like lawn mower, like get the lawnmower out, and it's basically all that, and you do that for a certain amount of time, and then you go home.
Fair enough then.
And then I've also got another job, but it's not a job, it's just something that I do like on the odd occasion. My dad works for Opals in Peterborough, which is for like BT.
Alright.
And basically what they do is they go around in vans and then they fix I don't actually know what they do on Opals. They just go around and do everything in like public areas and shit. It's really hard to explain. But yeah, he does that, and then sometimes I'll join them like in the yard. They have a yard there, and I organise stuff in the yard, and then just get paid for that.
Fair enough.
But again, they're not really jobs I see myself wanting to do. Like I said to you, and I'll say again, with me, the reason I picked performing arts was because it was something I enjoyed. And it was just something to get me through the year. And the more I was there, the more I actually started to like certain things. Again, I could never see myself in a career with performing arts, but I think the things I liked were definitely... I quite liked dancing and acting. But with me, a big part of my personality is comedy. So... not being able to be like comedic in certain stuff that we did was really painful.
Yeah.
So I think overall what I want to be when I'm older is like I want to be known for being kind of like a comedic personality. So like not a comedian in a sense, but like someone who's known for being funny. But I don't do stand-up because I wouldn't do well on stand-up. I just want to do stuff like whether it's comedic acting or whatever comedy falls under and whatever comedy can be placed into. That's what I want to do.
Right. Yeah, I get you.
So kind of like Kevin Hart, obviously, but he does everything. So he literally does stand up. He does the lot. He does stand up. He does acting. He does a lot.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to do. I've also I got the podcast now, which honestly for me it's more of a job than like a show, because the other hosts, it's okay for them, but they don't work as hard on it as I do. Like, I'll always be writing down guest ideas. I'll always be the one to actually pick up the topics. Like, I remember the podcast with me, Matt, and Shark on, and if I wasn't there to keep mentioning stuff, the whole podcast would have just been quiet. And I feel really, really bad because, like, I'm kind of stealing the spotlight from the other co-hosts. Like, when a guest comes on, it's literally me and that guest, and the other co-host is kind of like pushed out of the way. I do try to give people a chance, but literally no one says anything. Troy's always playing lead. Shark's obviously been busy the past couple of days, and Anthony's always at work or doing whatever. So it's really hard to actually find the time to do podcast stuff. And then for hobbies, I'm going to ask you about your hobbies first, because obviously you are the guest. What do you do for fun?
Well, my work's more or less my life. I write as my hobby.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What do you write? What are you into writing? What genre or what do you write first off, and then?
I don't really know how you. Well, I do screenplays.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't do things like musicals and whatnot. I'd be awful at that, you know.
Yeah, I get that.
But I don't know. I'm quite into dark stories, you know, shorts.
Oh right, yes. Because again, you've made stuff like that before. I could see you on your YouTube channel posting a lot more shorts. To be fair, I feel like you would be really good at that stuff. You're into like dark stuff, yeah.
Yeah, well, I feel I'm better at writing it. I don't mind doing more upbeat stuff, but I'm not great at writing it, sort of thing.
Yeah, I get you. Is that? Do you have any hobbies like physical activity or like stuff that you do outside? So like stuff like not sport more or less, but just like for instance, I quite like fishing. Like any kind of sport or you know, obviously like sport or just like kind of like outdoor physical kind of stuff like that.
I mean, at the moment, not really. I mean, I used to fish and I used to do a lot of cycling, but recently that's kind of, you know.
Yeah. I feel like obviously because you, because you're, hang on, how long have you been in a relationship now? For like 4 months, haven't you?
Coming up on 5.
Oh, right, that's good. Because I hear this a lot. The first year of a relationship is always kind of like where you're kind of most busy. Like you don't want to really do much except spend time with that person, and then like the year kind of goes, and then obviously you're still strong and everything. You just kind of realise, oh shit, I have also got a life. I've kind of got to like tend to it, if you get what I mean. So
yeah, again.
But again, you know, everybody gets lost when it comes to love. You know, you get blinded by other things, or no, you get blinded by that, and you don't really want to do other things, which is understandable. I totally understand that, but like, yeah, it's just nice to do like other things as well, because obviously you can't always spend time with that person, or obviously like you're gonna feel really, really lost when they're kind of doing their own thing and you've got to do yours. But what was I going to say? Oh yes, you obviously I got your number and you got mine because you was planning at the beginning of the year, and again this never got done, which I was really upset about. It was you was going to make that short or something, wasn't you?
Yeah, I was going to work on that project, but then Linda was like, we're doing this show, and I was like, I've got 4 shows now, so I'm not going to have time to, you know, do this.
Yeah, I get you. That's honestly, that's fine. It's fine. I understand that. I was really looking forward to acting in it. Obviously, I hope we can get it done one day, because again, I really want to be in it.
Yeah.
Like, it would just be nice to help you out, and it would just be nice to, like, act in something. I've never really, like, done acting apart from, I guess, obviously, I did the murder mystery, and that's probably about it. I guess not acting's not really, like, a favourite thing I really like doing. It's something I enjoy. It's just not something I would do by myself.
Yeah.
I feel like if it was a group project, I'd definitely do it because that's so much fun. It's so much fun, and it's hard work as well. It's dedication to kind of like put yourself into a new personality for a change, and that's why I think being an actor is definitely a harder job than people make it out to be, because you've got to do so much to portray that person. You know, if it's, especially if it's based off of someone from a book or a comic, you've obviously got to study a lot. Same if it's like a historical character or whatever, and then you've got to change your personality completely.
Yeah, you've always got to study that source material.
Otherwise. Yes, yeah. Because you've got to study the environment around you, and again, that's why a lot of people method act, because they just find it easier than having to switch between personalities. It's just really confusing, and it just feels weird.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like you're a lot more comfortable if you're just that same character like all the time.
Yeah, and it can definitely bring a more authentic performance.
Yeah. Okay, right. There's a question I was going to ask you. I've seen photos on your like Instagram and that of stuff that you did kind of before college. What like performing wise, what did you do before college?
I mean, I did a few stage shows, nothing grand, because obviously end of year 11 was when COVID hit. So after, halfway through year 11, it just kind of stopped for a year, and then into college.
Yeah.
But I did a few National Connections theatre pieces. Obviously, the GCSE projects you do, and I did Beauty and the Beast during year 11.
Oh right, yeah.
So I've done it twice, and it's
What has been your favourite part of college, apart from obviously like work and stuff?
In what way do you mean?
Huh?
In what way do you mean? Like people, project?
I guess people. I don't know. Okay, I guess we can include work into it if we want. So, what has been like some of your favourite and like best parts about college that you'll remember for a long time?
I think definitely starting to meet your lot, because our first year was pretty awful. We were split into two groups, and my group did not interact at all. We were all in our own corners. Whereas when we came back for the second year, I met people like Lily, Jude. We started interacting a lot more, and then obviously we're introduced to the year ones, which is a whole another group of people to work with.
Yeah.
Year 1 and 2 were completely different.
Yeah, I could tell that. I obviously saw that your group got told off a lot for obvious reasons. But again, I never had a problem with your group. I actually found like the lot. I just found it really funny. I didn't really have a problem as such. I could see why the tutors were getting pissed off though. But again, I'm happy that they didn't kick you out obviously because you were doing your work. You was never misbehaving or anything, so you didn't get early leave. But I was quite surprised to hear that Lily got early leave.
Yeah, I think Lily was just kind of bunched with them lot because she did hang around with them a lot more, and it was like
she told me in the library. She was like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to be going next week." I was like, "Why?" She was like, "I've got early leave," and I was like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, what have you done?" She was like, "Oh, I guess I just get caught up in the wrong. I'm just like mixed in with the wrong people in my group," and I was like, "Fucking fair enough." And that was one of the only times I really spoke to Lily, to be fair, and I think she was really, really like, I guess obviously because if you do see her from afar, she would obviously strike you as one of like the people that would kind of be mixed in with that group of people, but you talk to her and she's actually like really friendly and funny and that. So it was always kind of nice to talk to her and that. She was always really friendly, and you obviously never saw her without an energy drink. So, just addicted to them. But yeah, I met some really fantastic people in performing arts, and I'll never ever forget that. I think that's one of the things I am most grateful for. The people that I met in that course. It was just to have met all of you and to be in a group chat with some and to still keep in contact with others. It just feels really nice to.
Yeah.
Obviously, I am close with a lot, like with certain people. I feel me and the lads on year one. I feel we're all close, except from Jack. Jack doesn't really talk much. He's always kind of doing his own thing. But the rest of us, we really do talk. I don't think many of the girls are close at all, and the ones that you do think would be close, they're not even close either. So you know, it's kind of just. It's weird. The lads are all kind of, we're all tight in that, but the girls kind of, they don't really interact with one another. It's a bit.
Yeah.
But again, I'm happy with the people that I spoke to. It's weird though, because there were some moments that I didn't like, and there were some moments I did like. And one of the most weird moments, and I really do understand what he was on about now, is when I first joined, and I can't remember, I think it was the second week of me being there, and I was stood outside at lunch, and I was talking to one of my mates on music that I remembered from high school. And Anthony comes out, because obviously Anthony didn't do much at lunch, so he comes out and he starts talking to me, because he sees me. He realises that I'm not, a dickhead, and he thinks. Obviously, me and Anthony were the only few that were in your year. We're your age range, but obviously we're in the lower groups. We started late.
Yeah.
So he liked that about me, that I was kind of like older and more mature. So he comes over, starts talking, and we're talking to everybody else in the group, and we're like, yeah, they're really nice. And Anthony says to me, yeah, but at the end of the day, they're still performing arts, so they could be very, very deceiving. So kind of be careful. And I have to admit, I didn't acknowledge it at all. But now I definitely know what he's on about. I think there's a lot of kind of just snaky people that and he's right, because you wouldn't ever think, you hear that they've done something snaky and you're like, wait, then? Really? Like, you just wouldn't believe it. And it's just kind of weird. Anthony's kind of like a prophet. He's just always wise, and he's literally done everything in his lifetime. Anthony has done everything. Like, for someone so young, he's so experienced in life already, and it's so weird. And he's always got crazy stories, and it's always fun. And that's why I'm happy that he's a host on here. Whenever we manage to get him on here, but it's always fun to have him on.
How are them lot doing then?
How are the college lot?
Yeah.
Well, we're all kind of split at the minute. So I think the ones that don't talk in the group chat at all is so Jack doesn't speak. Obviously, Kaylee's always busy. She's with work and stuff, and obviously she's always spending time with you, so she's never on. Some people have left the group chat because apparently we just get really, really kind of like, we talk a lot, so it spams, and people didn't like that, so they left. I think the only ones that are really talking it are me, Matt, Troy, Anthony never talks in it either. Me, Matt, Troy, Ashton, and then I think Keris, Aaliyah, and then that's really about it. We're the most frequent people there.
Fair enough.
For obvious reasons, again, I don't talk to certain people.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they're doing. But the rest of them, I keep tabs. Me and Matt talk a lot. Me and Troy talk a lot. Me, Matt, and Troy, after they're done with the first, year of oh no, not first, the second year of college. After they're done with their second year, we're thinking, obviously, for Matt, because Matt's going to uni.
Yeah.
So what we're thinking is we're going to save up. We're going to, because we've all got jobs and everything, we're going to save up this year, and with whatever money we've got at the end, we're going to basically try and get some sort of maybe apartment complex or something near Matt's preferred uni. So I think he's looking at Leicester right now.
Fair enough.
So we're going to try and get somewhere near there, and then we'll all just be living together. And it's not just us. There's a few more people that we've asked to. We've basically, the people that we haven't asked are just people in relationships, because that would just be a bit awkward. I mean, to be fair, I could see me and you seeing a lot of each other anyway, because obviously Matt and Kaylee are close friends, so me and you would see each other a lot, which would be cool, because I don't want to ever forget you. You're a good guy.
Thanks, man.
It's alright. It just been, honestly, as soon as I joined, I just knew that you was kind of I knew that you was he was calm and he was mature, whereas a lot of people weren't. And that's one thing I've always kind of respected about you, is you've never really you've never had a stupid sense of humour, and you've always been always mature and mutual, and you've always just been nice to talk to as well. And that's one thing I like. That's one thing I like about you and Anthony and Ashton. The fact that we're not. None of you are just immature. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like some of the others can be, and I've told this to the face as well. I've said you do act like a bit of a child sometimes. There'll be specific things that are in the group chat and that, and it's but yeah, you, Todd. Again, I would say Lily, but I guess I don't really know her all too well to kind of we're not friends. We don't talk. But I did always like Lily. I thought Lily was kind. Bernadette's really, really lovely. I'm trying to think of everybody else, because there was so many people in your year.
Yeah.
There was loads. I always liked. What was his name? Who always wore the headphones and he had that coloured hair.
Josh.
That's it, Josh. I liked. And again, I was probably one of the few people that did, because I will admit now, our group did complain about him a lot. But at the end of the day, I knew that he was a good kid, and that's all that matters. I know.
A lot of people didn't take to him.
Yeah, and that's what I feel really bad for, because at the end of the day, he wasn't a bad kid.
No.
He just obviously just had problems, and if people were really mean to him about it, and I didn't like that. The fact that a lot of people just said stuff about him, and it wasn't anything bad. It wasn't, no one ever made fun of him. A lot of people was just like, oh, he's just like so annoying and stuff like that. And he's like, oh, he's always laughing and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but he can't help it. Like, he's not being a dickhead or anything. He's not hurting anybody or he's not affecting anybody in a bad way. So like, just kind of leave it. And that's why I was always nice to him. And in a matter of fact, I actually saw him. I think it was 3 weeks ago. It might have even been a month ago. I can't remember. It was Oh no, it wasn't. It was in June. He was on his way because he's transferring to, I think, is it Nubia?
Yeah, he's looking into camera work and writing.
That's it. Yes, he's going. Yeah, he's doing that. And I saw him in Boston, and we stopped and we had like a 10-minute conversation. And he's just so nice and chill to talk to, and it just makes me remember everything that would everything that everybody would say. And it just really, really upsets me because he's a really good kid, and I was just so happy to just get to talk to him one-on-one and see how he is when other people aren't there. And he's just the same. He's just a really nice guy, and I hope that he enjoys camera work and writing and that, because I reckon he'd be really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, performing arts, it's a weird industry, really, isn't it? It's a lot kind of different to the other kind of courses in college, and I think it's stressful. It's difficult on certain aspects as well, especially the writing side. It's so fucking stressful. But again, it's something that you can pour a lot of passion into, and something beautiful will be created.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought of doing anything else? Like, do you like dancing?
I couldn't dance even if I tried.
Really?
I've got 2 left feet, I have.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. Me and Ashton did our dance, and I really, really enjoyed the thrill of it. I guess I think hearing the audience's reaction was very, very kind of it was definitely confidence boost.
Yeah.
Hearing that they liked it and that they was cheering and hearing them loving it was really good. It felt really good. And I was really, really happy with it, and I think I am going to try and get into it a bit more. And it's weird, considering I do like a lot of stuff performing arts wise, even though I'm not coming back in September, that I still want to carry those aspects on.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I really hope I can do something with them. What else, like, I guess not hobbies as such, but what do you do at home apart from writing and stuff?
Oh god. Again, I'm a very simple man normally. I don't
really?
There's not a lot I do, to be honest.
Oh, well, like, do you play games?
Occasionally.
Oh, right. What games do you into?
Mainly Fallout.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love Fallout.
I completely forgot that game existed. I used to love Fallout, and then one day I just stopped playing it and never touched it again. I don't know why. I play a lot of. I still play GTA, which is weird because it's one of them games that's like it's still boring, but it will never die.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'll play it religiously, and then I'll leave it for like 6 months, and then I'll come back and do it again. Yeah.
What's that, GTA or Fallout?
Yeah.
Oh right. No. The thing is with GTA, it's a bit strange. I think because it's not exciting really. They don't do much with it, but it's still something that you can like. If you're in the right mood, it will be really fun.
Yeah.
Even though it's been the same concept for the same 9 years. Like, it's just been the same thing, especially with online. It'll never they'll keep adding things, but it'll still be the same. But ultimately, it'll kill my boredom. I've been playing a lot of Multiverses. I don't know if you've seen any advertising for that.
I think I saw the trailer for it, and my brother's quite invested in it, but it's not really my thing.
Oh, honestly, me, Ashton, Matt, Troy, Keris, we've all been playing it. And it's weird because you wouldn't think we would play that sort of game, but we are, and we absolutely love it.
Fair enough.
It's just so fun to like. I guess it is the competitive side. I think it's not really much to do with the characters, because they do bring special abilities to it that make it fun. At the same time, I think it's just the competitive side of it, I guess. Okay. I was gonna ask like a completely irrelevant question. Do you believe in ghosts?
In ghosts?
Yeah. Because I've really wanted to talk about this with somebody, and I thought, what better person than a podcast guest? So.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say so, no, but it's, if it's something you believe in, it's completely fine.
Have you ever had any have you got any scary stories?
Not really.
Oh, right. I don't know what
I'm probably like the only person that doesn't have a paranormal story,
No, I would genuinely agree with that as well. I don't think I have. I think I've definitely had things that have made me. I've had experiences that have made me wonder. Like, say for instance, there was this incident where I was home alone and the door opened. And someone shouted upstairs, like, "Owen, do you want lunch?" And I was on Fortnite with my friends. This was early 2019 or late 2018. I can't remember the exact date. And basically, I could hear through the earphone someone asked me, like, "Owen, what do you want for lunch?" I replied, put my earphone back, and then started like playing, because I could feel, because obviously the door is pretty loud as well, so you can literally feel it whenever someone opens or closes the door. You can feel it through like the floor, and
yeah.
And then 15 minutes later, the door opens again, and I take my headset off. I'm like, "Who's that?" And they're basically, it was my mum, and she was like, "Oh, for me, I just got home." And I was like, "No, you didn't. You just asked me what I wanted for lunch." She was like, "No, I didn't. I went downstairs. The kitchen was still tidy. Nothing had been made." And like ever since then, it's weird because I've debated with myself whether it was voices or not, because it felt so clear. Like I felt like it literally happened. I don't know. Maybe it was my brain just being weird and dodgy, but it's so scary how kind of real it was. But that would be my only kind of dodgy experience. I've never had a full-on collision with a ghost, with an apparition. I've never been one of those people, because, again, I feel like when a lot of people do say that they very well could just be lying. But I've always found the aspect of like ghost videos, and I've always found it quite cool. What I don't agree with is people. I don't like people that ghost hunt. I don't know why, and I feel really bad because there's no reason I shouldn't like them. There is no reason I shouldn't. I just really don't like them. And I find that really weird. I have a lot of pet peeves, and none of them make sense. I hate it when someone isn't funny. Like, if someone's not funny, it's immediately attacked. Like, whether it's a friend or a relationship, I just can't stand it if someone's not funny.
What, as in general, or like one thing they say isn't funny?
I think it's an in general thing, which is why I find it so hard to get along with certain people on the course, because I don't hate them. I'll never hate someone because they're not funny, but if they're not funny, I just find it really hard to talk to them. You know, you've got like a natural sense of humor. You've just got maturity about it, which is really it's really nice to get along with. But I think with certain people, again, I'm not going to say that it's just really stupid petty jokes, and I find it extremely hard to think of them as think of them as like a friend when they're not funny.
Yeah.
And that's why people always say I'm harsh. But let's say some of your pet peeves, because I feel, and maybe I'm judging a bit too hard here, but I feel like you're a person that probably have a few pet peeves.
I don't know if you'd call it a pet peeve, but it's, you know, when someone just makes an assumption without even interacting, you know.
Oh, right. So basically what I just did.
Well, I get that when you talk to someone, you're looking for their sense of humour, but I mean, like, you know how you mentioned Josh, how you don't like him for the same laughing, you know? Yeah. Don't judge the guy until you've actually talked to him and you know what he's about, you know?
Yeah, I do understand that. I wouldn't ever judge someone in a bad way. I think if it's something that I think is harmless, I'll make a swift kind of judgment. But it won't necessarily be a bad judgment. I guess I'll just I'll think something about someone by looking at them, but I won't ever think anything bad. I think I won't ever have a bad interpretation or portrayal of anybody until I speak to them, because everyone's innocent until proven guilty. You've got to give them a chance to make themselves liked, if you get what I mean.
Yeah,
I agree with that. Any other pet peeves? Anything that really kind of gets under your skin, kind of boils your blood? Okay, here's an interesting question. Something that pisses you off but it shouldn't. I feel like everybody has that kind of. I feel like everybody has that.
I don't know, really.
Don't know, but just kind of is there anything that you can if anything that I were to do, and it would just really make you grind your teeth, you'd be like, oh, what a dickhead.
I honestly don't know.
Okay, I can think of another one for me. I hate it when people speak slang.
Oh yeah.
You know, me, as again, and I'm going to go back to the same people here. Me, Anthony and Ashton are again probably and Jack, the only ones on the our year that don't speak slang. We'll speak we're well spoken, or for the majority of the time anyway. We're well spoken and we'll use manners and stuff. Whereas Troy and Matt, and I've said this about them, they say words in it, and they'll say ayo and stuff like that, and that really pisses me off, because they're not words. They're literally not words in the dictionary, and they say them, and that really, really upsets me. It pisses me off way more than it should, and I'm aware, but I don't regret it. I don't regret getting angry about it, which it's really weird.
No, I get you.
But again, you don't speak slang. Well, I've never heard you speak slang. You just speak normal, which is what I like. I like it when people don't talk like a prick. There's one more thing I had. Hang on, it'll come to my brain. Okay, if you could be in any kind of film, what would it be?
Say that again.
If you could be in any kind of film, what would it be?
Are we speaking genre, franchise?
Let's do genre, and then if we want to narrow it down from there, we can.
I think if I could pick any genre, it'd probably be horror.
Oh, right, okay.
I don't know. I feel like recently, like, horror's been pretty shit, you know?
Yeah, you got a point. I think, yeah, they definitely do need to get better. I feel like you can't go wrong. Oh, shit. You can't go wrong with a bit of old Stephen King, I guess.
Yeah, because, I mean, like, back in the day, even if they weren't, like, scary, they were still good stories.
Yeah.
They weren't, like, rewrites of the same film. I feel like I want to be in something that's good and new, you know, not a rewrite of something that we've already seen 1,000 times.
No, I get that. I agree with that as well. It's understandable. Like, horrors nowadays are shit. As someone who's not a horror fan, I would prefer for good horrors to come back, because it's something for someone to look forward to who's into that. And the horror game recently has been quite shit.
Yeah.
For me, genre, and this is probably really going to shock a lot of people, I would love to be in, like, a superhero thing.
I mean, it's fair enough. They're quite popular these days, aren't they?
Not like, as nowadays, obviously they do pop off a bit and they do really well. I think especially like whether it was Marvel or even a TV show like The Boys, for example, I'd love to be in that. I think that'd be sick. Again, right, I've got another thing. I saw on your story, again, and I texted you about this, you are a fellow Ario listener.
Oh, what?
A fellow Ario listener. You're a fan of the Speedwagon.
Oh, yes.
Right, hang on. When you posted that, like, it's weird, something clicked in my brain. I was like, oh my god, like, there is hope for this planet. Like, I was happy that someone else on this earth listened, or like my age, listened to Ario Speedwagon. Because I'd always be sat there with Keep On Loving You on, or something like that, or like, you know, Can't Fight This Feeling, and people would be like, who the fuck is this? And I'd just be like, how fucking dare you ask that question? That should be a crime. That should literally be illegal for you to have said that. Those words to come out your mouth, I'm fucking appalled. Like, I listened to Kansas, Status Quo, Bon Jovi. You know, I listen to old songs as well as new songs because, you know, you just got to give them that justice that they deserve, haven't you?
Definitely.
And,
I mean, I get like so annoyed with people at college when they'd be like, "Who's that?" And I'm like,
oh my god, how do people not know Ario Speedwagon? Literally, really fucking pissed me off. Or Kansas. Again, I only listen to one Kansas song, and that's Carry On Wayward. Yeah. That's a fucking banger. I like Down Down by Status Quo, that's great. A Bon Jovi, obviously, you know, you've got You Give Love a Bad Name, you've got Living on a Prayer. Honestly, all those old songs are fucking beautiful, and I love them. Elton John, Yellow Brick Road, that's a fucking banger.
That one is a good one, yeah.
Honestly, there's just so many songs that I wish I could listen to now, and people would, you know, like be like, oh yeah, this is a good song. But instead, you've just got people going, oh, who thinks this? Let's put Stormzy on or something. I'm just like, you fucking daft pillock.
It's not music, is it?
No. I'd have a problem with Stormzy, but again, I just wouldn't listen to his music because it's just like not my thing. Anything drill pisses me off. It puts me in a bad mood. Like, what the fuck is drill? It's not even a good category. You know, rap, I don't mind. I love Eminem, or, you know, anything that's old rap really. It's like Eminem, I guess Tupac, the B.I.G., DMX, you know, like good rap like that. But I hate rappers nowadays.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm happy. But again, yeah, I'm just happy that someone else listens to our because he's fucking. He definitely deserves that love still. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up there because we have reached the hour mark. Thank you very much for joining us today. I'm happy that I brought you on because you're an interesting guest to have actually to just talk about the whole performing arts industry and to shed a bit of light into what you do and for what like you're into and that. And if anybody obviously wants to pursue performing arts, it's really not hard at the beginning. You just kind of you just apply for it at college if you want to go to college, and if not, there's other things you can do. So like post videos online or something. And, if you're good at that, you could get like recognised if you put a lot of passion. If you put your all into everything, hard work mixed with talent is beautiful. It creates a fine cuisine. But anyways, it's just honestly never ditch your dream. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyways, thank you, Rick, for coming on.
No problem, mate. I enjoyed it.
Thank you. It's honestly, I always aim to have like the best guests on the podcast, and it's been nice hearing about your stuff and your likings and stuff.
You too, mate.
All right, I'll see you later. Thank you again.
See you, mate.
See ya.